Hi everyone, welcome back. I am Sandy if you are new, and I love making videos on junk journals and crafts that I make with my Cricut. Today's video actually is a request from one of my viewers, and asking me how I made something. So what we're working on is we're going to be using these stencils and my Tim Holtz inks, and I had made a master board, and this is a little bit different kind of master board where instead of collaging down a whole bunch of different papers, I collaged a bunch of different stamps and used some different color inks. And after I did it, I did add a little bit of washi tape and some paper here and there, but the primary focus is on how I did the ink stamping on the background. And so that's what we're going to do in today's video. So I pulled out the stamps that I used. Zoom in a little bit more for you guys. I pulled out the stamps that I used on that one, so it could be similar. It won't look exactly the same. So I'm gonna so I have this diamond stencil, this star stencil. I have this brick, looks like a brick stencil. And then I have this teardrop stencil. And a lot of these stencils are from the Dylusions brand. And then I have these little squares. And then I have these teeny tiny little squares. And this one's actually a Tim Holtz. And then I have these little, I don't know if you call them flowers, or I'm not sure what you'd call them. So these are the ones that we're going to be using. And the colors that I'm going to be using, I don't know if I'll use all of them, but I pulled out Shabby Shutters and Peeled Paint, Bundled Sage, and Chipped Sapphire. And then I'm going to use these blending tools, and I just picked these up at, was it Joann's maybe? And then I just have it's a fairly thick piece of cardstock, and you can cut these down into tags or journaling cards, however you want to use them. And then I might possibly do vintage photo, but I'm not sure if I will or not. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of pick a stencil and start. So I might start with the brick here, and I tried to work in kind of a repeating pattern, so you can kind of see on this particular one, like this brick stamp. So I have the brick stamp up here in this corner a little bit, I have it down in this corner, I have it over here, I have it in the middle, and then I have it over in this corner. And then you can see, this little flower, I have it down in this corner, I have it here, up in here, down in this corner, up in this corner. So I try to keep it in groups of 5. So the diamond ones, you have one here, one here, one here. And as it gets, more full and more full, you may not be able to, here's a little bit of diamond right there. And so that's just kind of the process I'm going to take. You want to kind of do it in groups of 3 or groups of 5, and there's no right or wrong to do this. And so I am just going to kind of start. I'm going to start with the Shabby Shutters here. And I apologize if the camera shakes a little bit. I'm trying a new setup, and the table I'm currently using kind of wobbles a little bit. And you want it to be in the background, so you don't want to go too dark. So that actually might be a little too dark. But that's okay. And you just want to kind of do a little section here, a little section there. Kind of move it around. And then maybe I'll do one down in this corner here. Right. And then I think I'll move on to a different color. And I might try the diamonds next. And maybe I'll do this peeled paint color. Clean off this brush a little bit. Make sure I'm on camera here. Yeah, okay, perfect. Alright, so the peeled paint. So again, I'm just gonna do just a little area here, no rhyme or reason. And you can always come back and add more if you feel you want to, need to. Try some little teardrops. And since it's a blue, I am going to use a different brush. Try to get it to not commingle too much. And yeah, it's just, I think it's kind of fun. It's relaxing. It's a little bit different than ripping paper and gluing paper down, which is also fun and relaxing to do. But I don't know, this is just a fun way to use your stencils and kind of create something a little bit new, a little bit different. Yeah, let me know what you all think. If y'all done anything like this before. Yeah, I really like this star. It's pretty cool. And these brushes do make it a whole lot easier, I'll tell you that for sure. I don't think I had them when I made my first one. And I think it's fun to kind of have the stencil be off the page. So just like part of the star shows up there. Alright, let's try this little bitty one. I also pulled out Faded Jeans. Thought I might see what that looks like. They're similar in color. I really like this one a lot. And you can make them as big or as little as you want. Up in the corner. So it's just, I don't know. I mean, you all may not like it, but I think it's kind of fun. Kind of a neat little thing to do. Back with the peeled paint. See what this looks like. Oh yeah, and I did want to do a little vintage photo too. Pull that in as well. Just a little bit lighter with that. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that looks nice. This one. And let's do some bundled sage. I'm just looking to see if there's any other little spots I want to add anything. And maybe we'll end with a little shabby shutters. And in this corner, oops, did a little too dark there. That's all right. So it comes together pretty quickly. I think that looks really nice. And then the other thing that you can do is to kind of give it some shadowing. So, once you kind of have the stencils the way you want them, then you can just do a little bit of shading. So if you want to do, like I want to maybe darken it up with the vintage photo. It's pretty light. So you can just kind of go over it. And you see that, I don't know if you can catch that on the camera, how it kind of gives it a little bit of more interest. And you can go around the edges as well. And pick up the edges. And you can go as heavy or as light-handed. And you don't even need to do this step. Like if you like it, like how this is just all nice white background, then you can just stop there. But I kind of like adding another little layer of interest. Just kind of along the edges and in the corners. So when I added the ink to this, I rubbed it off onto another piece to get most of the ink off because I didn't want it to come on too strong. That looks so cool. And then, you can either stop here and, you're good to go, or if you want to do a little bit more shading, or if you want to start adding washi tape or other scraps of paper. I was, experimenting with this collage paper to see if it would show through. It didn't really show through. Vellum might be interesting to put some vellum over this to see what happens. But yeah, you can kind of make it your own and do whatever you want with it. But anyway, I hope that this was helpful to the viewer that had requested this, and I hope you all give it a try. Let me know what you think of this. If you've done something similar or not. Just ink up the edges a little bit. And you see that just gives it another little dimension. All right, well, thank you all so much for joining me, and remember to hit the like button, and also make sure you check out my private Facebook group and my Etsy shop, and I will see y'all on the next video. Love y'all. Bye.